Welcome y'all to Kendriana TV here at the Housewife Rebuttal. From Durban to Beverly Hills, Kendriana TV got the juice. Subscribe. Look out for my new video series, The Housewives Lookbook, where we talk about all the fashions from the franchises, the Housewives franchises. Okay, guys, we're going to get right into it. Today at the Housewife Rebuttal, we have so much to talk about. First, we're going to be talking about Salt Lake City. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Jen Shah. This is from People. They say Jen Shah's Real Housewives of Salt Lake City co-stars claim she asked them to pay. Let's do this over. Jen Shah from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, her co-stars claim she asked them for money to pay legal fees amid court battle. Guys, let's get into this article. Lisa Barlow and Heather Gay alleged during part 2 of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion that the convicted reality star was asking friends and enemies to help her pay her massive legal bills. Jen Star's co-stars drop a bomb about financial strain her legal battles have caused during part 2 of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion on Wednesday, when host Andy Cohen asked Jen's ride or die BFF Heather Gay if she thought Jen changed her plea for her role in the telemarketing fraud scheme from not guilty to protect her husband. She said she thinks it all came down to the money. I really feel like it was financial, and they saw something that was like, listen, it's not worth rolling the dice because it's going to be so expensive, and if it's not a clear win, we can't risk it, Heather 40 said. She said the cost of the trial was astronomical just to get the trans. If you haven't been glued to the TV for the latest season, here are some highlights. Whitney Rose went on a healing journey after resurfacing childhood trauma. Cousins Whitney and Heather Gay are on the outs for reasons that remain a bit fuzzy. And Heather's mysterious black eye was the result of a long night of drinking that she doesn't really remember. So about that, Whitney, girl, everybody that's watching the show is confused about what you mad at with Heather. She don't remember about that freaking comment about the jazz tickets and the blowjobs. She does not remember, or if she don't want to engage in it. And you're trying to implicate her in on something, and she don't want no parts in it. And then you're talking about if she don't validate your feelings. What feelings do you have on that? That she don't want to be brought in on the foolishness because she really F with Angie Harrington? She really messed with that woman. That woman got long money. So she really messed with her. You, on the other hand, your husband looking for a job, and you got the only money that you got is the show and maybe Raw Rose. I don't know if your business still up and running or not. But that lady don't want to engage on that foolishness and that gossip. And you over there thought it was funny. And you talking about they keep on getting Mexican screwed in a drunken text and not a text, I'm sorry. But in a drunken way. Girl, if you would have never brought it up, because you're the only one that said it. She didn't bring it up. Angie H didn't bring it up. You're the only one that keep bringing it up and want to feel validated. But you want to be friends with Lisa Barlow, but you keep on saying it. Girl, Lisa, watch your back. Watch your back. Because Whitney ain't to be trusted. She a little girl. That's not all, though. Oh, and about Heather's black eye, I'm confused. Everybody's confused. I don't even care no more. If you don't care, I don't care. If you want somebody to beat you up and you want to blame it on that you failed when you had scratches on your body and you had a black eye, you don't got no hickey on your head, you don't got no scratch on your lip, a scratch on your face, a scratch on your forehead. The only thing you got is scratches on your arm and in that black eye, girl, somebody punched you and probably shook you. And you don't want to tell. Girl, I don't even care no more. Nobody cares. Don't bring it back up on season 4. No one cares. Don't bring it up. That's not all, though. Former BFFs Lisa Barlow and Meredith Marks are still fighting, understandably so, as Lisa did have a pretty bad hot mic moment during season 2, talking about that Meredith Marks done slept with everybody. I think she said in the city, the town, something, that she just don't know how to keep them legs closed. And that's not what she said verbatim, but if you watched it, you know what she said. And Jen Shah was officially sentenced to prison time for her role in telemarketing scam that targeted the elderly. She's set to serve a 6.5-year sentence starting February. She go in to the FPC Bryan Prison February 7th. Y'all mark your calendars. This all leaves us at the present day, where the ladies are geared up and ready for a brand new season. While the cast hasn't said a whole lot about what will go down, there are a few details that you should know. Who is returning for season 4? It seems the crew is mostly getting back together again for the season, so expect to see familiar faces: Meredith Marks, Heather Gay, Whitney Rose, Lisa Barlow back on the screen. However, a source told Page 6 that Bravo held auditions in the fall. They held auditions, so 2022. So there may be some fresh faces on the screen come season 4. And while Andy Cohen hasn't announced the full cast yet, he did leave a little hint on his Sirius XM show, Radio Andy. He says, "We have excellent casting for next season. I'm feeling good," he shared, per Newsweek. Then, of course, there are the friends of the Housewives, 3 of whom played pretty big roles this past season: Angie K, Angie H, and Dana. Haven't been confirmed as returning for season 4, but stay tuned for more updates on the front. Angie K, Angie H, and Dana haven't been confirmed as returning for season 4, but stay tuned for more updates on that front. If out of those 3, if I had to choose which one that I wanted to come back, I want Dana to come back. I want Dana. And if I had to choose a second person, I would take, I like Angie H because she got that money. But Angie K is feisty. She got the drama. I don't know. Who isn't returning? We all know Jen ain't gonna be returning, and Jill ain't about to let a camera up in there. Not for no Jen, girl. Who are you? You is not the president. Who might be joining the cast? While it's hard to say for sure what happened at the auditions, Page 6 source did say the 3 new women might be joining the cast. There are also, hold on, y'all. There are also rumors that former housewife Mary Cosby could be joining back. And if she really is making a return, everyone is in for a special treat. This woman is chaotic, brings the drama, films 70% of her scenes in her closet, and everyone just loves watching what happens when she's around. Whoever wrote this article did a good job. Mary was a no-show at the season 2 reunion. I'm sorry, guys. Mary was a no-show at the season 2 reunion and then never reappeared for season 3. At that time, it was unclear she didn't want to face tough questions at the reunion because, they say she married her grandfather. So everybody was hot about that. Everybody was like just ill on that. Like they could not fathom that. They couldn't do it. And she's probably still going to have to answer those tough questions. Like, even though she's going to be a friend of, Mary Cosby is that show. Jen is Salt Lake City, but Mary Cosby, when Mary Cosby was on the show, it was all Mary Cosby. I probably heard people say Jen Shah, but Mary Cosby's name was ringing bells every day on the blogs. So, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, baby, the face of that before Jen is Mary Cosby. Now that she's been a friend of the show, I'm really happy to see that. And I know they're probably going to be asking her all type of stuff. Y'all, that's the baby in the back. There's Luke. Say hey to Luke, guys, in the comments. But yeah, hold on, guys. Okay, guys, so Our next article we're going to be reading from is from the website sltrib.com, and they have it titled, "It's the LDS, the church, what is that, Latter-day Saints Church suing a Real Housewife of Salt Lake City over her book Bad Mormon." Sort of, but it's not about the contents of Heather Gay's autobiography. In this season 3 finale of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, cast member Heather Gay says that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is suing her over her autobiography, Bad Mormon. That's not exactly true. The church is not trying to prevent the book from reaching bookstores as scheduled on February 7th, my birthday. It's not suing over anything between the covers. It's suing over what's on the cover, the title. And it isn't really about the title. It's about Gay's attempt to trademark it. Okay. In the season 3 reunion of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Gay expresses trepidation about how her autobiography will be received by people in Utah. It's the story of a woman born into a devout Latter-day Saint family who attended Brigham Young University and served a mission to France, married in the temple, and raised 3 daughters to have the same goals. Okay. That is until her marriage ended and she found herself questioning her faith and doing it in the most public of ways on the Bravo series. "I've just been schooled to never talk about these things," she said in Wednesday's episode. "And if I did talk about these things, I will be condemned. I'm in litigation with the church. And if the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is suing me, I can only imagine the reaction that my community and friends and family are going to have when they actually read the book, because I'm talking about the things that are unspoken." Yes, she is in litigation with the church, but she is not being sued because she's talking about things that are unspoken. The church is arguing that she cannot trademark Bad Mormon. Why she can't do that? Gay has talked about the litigation being a trademark dispute in other interviews that may have been edited out of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City episode. Although Church President Russell M. Nelson has counseled against the use of the word Mormon to describe Latter-day Saints, calling that a major victory for Satan, the church foundational scripture remains the Book of Mormon, and the church retains its trademarks on multiple variations of the term Mormon. The church declined to comment on the ongoing dispute, but according to Mandor and Associates Intellectual Property Law, the church's lawyers filed in opposition to Gay's proposed Bad Mormon trademark, arguing it would create a likelihood of confusion. Trademark dilution falsely suggests a connection to the church and be otherwise deceptive. Man, these people don't want their money to leave. That's the only reason why they feel it's not even about God at this point. They don't want Heather Gay's Bad Mormon title to be the norm. They don't want people to actually be like, nah, I'm not going, because what are the bad things about the Mormon church? No one knows. We all know the bad things about the Catholic church. We all know the bad things about the Baptist church, and so on and so forth. But what about the Mormon church? Like Heather said, it's unspoken. Nobody knows the bad stuff that goes on in that church. And they want to keep her on the hush-hush, saying that it's about the name. Change the name. Nah, it's about their money. Y'all don't want her to stop newcomers from coming to your church. Y'all don't want her to propel people to leave from LDS. That's the real thing. Now back to this article. The filing went on to allege that the applicant's use of the generic word bad, because it is a generic word. Mormon is a word that's not owned to anybody, and it shouldn't be. But hey, the word bad is deceptive in that it falsely represents the church or its members are bad or otherwise behaving immorally with an intent to advance its false suggestion of connection, or by conveying stories of alleged former or existing members of the church behaving immorally. Again, this isn't going to stop the publication of the book, but it could prevent Gay from selling merchandise emblazoned with Bad Mormon. On Wednesday's reunion episode of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Gay said that the thing she's most nervous about with the book is my family. Coming on the show was big enough for my family because becoming a Real Housewife made the disillusionment with the Latter-day Saints church so public. In her book, she writes about how she believes breaking with the church made her a better mother to her 3 daughters, whereas she long raised them to get into Brigham Young University and find a husband. The key performance indicators that I now follow for my daughters are leaving the state, going to college, going to graduate school. It's not being virginal and getting married at 19. She said in the interview with the Tribune, that was a paradigm shift for me. And I'm just slowly getting comfortable with it. She said, writes that she wasn't just faking her faith all those years. I was a missionary in South France telling people to pour their wine out, put their cigarettes away, and their lovers because I had a new, better plan, she said. I believe that I wouldn't have been able to do that if I truly didn't believe. Bad Mormon recounts her journey from childhood trauma. Recounts her journey from childhood through her teenage years and adulthood. I was a devoutly spiritual, religious woman for the majority of my entire life. And none of that leaves you overnight, Gay told the Tribune. But at the same time, there's a liberation and an acknowledgement of everyone outside of our tiny, insular circle also has a relationship with God that they believe is really valid. And I can no longer just dismiss that. Many members of her immediate family have not gotten comfortable with her leaving the Latter-day Saint identity behind. She says, the people I love, my mother, my siblings, my aunts, many of my cousins, so many people, this is what's most sacred to them, she said in an interview with the Tribune. I never forget that, even though it's no longer sacred to me. And I feel like I still have a place at the table to say, I love you. Can we not still break bread together? Or and we have not been able to. So, yeah. Heather Gay will be appearing in person to discuss her memoir, Mad Mormon, Saturday, February 11th at Milk Plus in Salt Lake City. The event runs from 6 to 8 p.m. Doors open at 5 p.m. Tickets are $35 per person and include an autographed hardcover copy of the book. So, yeah, if y'all want to go get that book, yeah, y'all better head to Utah. So, and then just about Mary Cosby, I'm just so happy that Mary Cosby is coming back to the show to be a friend of, guys. Like, I am so happy. And we found out that she's going to be a friend of through Meredith Marks. So it's going to be top notch. Okay, I cannot wait. And they start filming February 13th. February 13th, I think that's what it says. So yeah, mark your calendars, guys, because the season is going to be popping at the end of the year. So get ready for my reviews of Salt Lake City. If you guys will write down in the comments who is your favorite Salt Lake City girl, either here or removed, let me know in the comments, guys. I would love to chat with you. Like my video, subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can go live. Like that video, guys, and turn on your notifications bell so you can catch me when I drop. Okay? So thank you guys for tuning in to the Housewife Rebuttal.